I'm going to be planting potatoes today, but before I start doing that, I want to show you these two varieties. They're all leftovers from last year's harvest, and I just want to show you the difference between how these varieties store over the winter. So in this box, I got Purple Viking, and you can see all the eyes that are sprouting on these. They're all kind of shriveled up. These are no longer useful for eating. On the other hand, this box contains Eva. And look at this. Yes, there are sprouts there, but these are much firmer and actually still quite edible. And we are indeed still eating these potatoes. Both of these were harvested at the same time, the end of September last year, and it is now mid-May. So the storage on these in the basement, doing nothing else, just leaving them in a box on a shelf in the basement, has been quite good. I'm very impressed with this. Every other potato that I've grown, whether it be Kennebecs or any other variety, would look like this or worse by this time of the year. First things first, let's get these hiller wings off of the hiller furrower attachment so we can get this on the Troy Bilt. I'm short on stakes at the moment, so I can only lay out 2 rows at a time. These are 3 feet apart, and you need to leave 2.5 feet on the outside there if you want to run down with the hiller lighter to hill up the potatoes. So every 3 feet, we're going to have a row. I'll put the furrows in for these first 2, lay out the next 2, put on in the furrows, and so on until I've got all the rows in, and then we'll plant. To make these furrows, I'm running the Troy Bilt at full depth for tilling, and this was tilled with the tractor yesterday, so this is all loose and ready to go. Otherwise, you do need to have everything tilled up fresh before you try and run your furrower through there. Now to go straight, I like to line up the gas cap with my row stake. And then once you get going, it's all about keeping your eye on the prize. So you want to keep looking straight ahead at the stake to the other end. You can kind of sight to the gas cap to the stake to try and maintain a straight line. I've certainly done worse than that in terms of keeping them straight. Let's lay out the rest. In case anyone's wondering about the cover crop here, this is a mix of winter rye and hairy vetch, which you can see if I get down close here. So the hairy vetch is this. This is the winter rye. This entire plot was covered with cover crop. I tilled that in yesterday. This I have left. I appear to have broken my rule about leaving space adjacent to the row, but this is why. I will be terminating this cover crop right before it gets to the point of going to seed. The plan is to hit it with the brush hog, chew everything up, till it in, and then I'm gonna plant some clover for the summer season over here as an additional cover crop. I've got an erodible soils plan with NRCS that I gotta follow, and that includes making sure that we don't have just loose tilled up soil exposed all the time. So this is the rotation. Last year potatoes were over here. This year they're over here, and we're just cycling back and forth with cover crops. I'm going to start planting here at this row with Eva. I'm going to fill as many rows as I can with Eva. Then I'll switch over to Purple Viking. I'm hoping though to have at least 2 rows of Purple Viking out toward this end. I'm prioritizing the Eva because of its storage capabilities. And the reason I want to plant it toward this side is the soil is just a little bit better in my observation when we get toward this center area of this overall plot and to that side compared to this side. At least that's my observation based on how things grow. So I want to put the potatoes that I want the most of and the best of where I think the soil may be just a little bit better. I'm going to be spacing these about a foot apart, and I'm going to make sure that every potato I put in the ground has at least one eye that is sprouting. If they don't have any sprouting eyes, I'm not going to waste my time with it. I can send those to compost because I have plenty. Three rows of Eva, 4 rows of Purple Viking, and this is what is left. That's going to go to the compost. We had 7 rows of potatoes planted last year as well. Obviously, we had way more than we needed. We did give a bunch away, and of course we ate potatoes all winter, and we still had more than enough to plant 7 rows for this upcoming year. So I think I have it about dialed in. Really, we probably for our own consumption only need about 3 rows. If I want to plant for the following year, I probably need 4 or 5 rows. And then if I want to be able to give away to family and friends, that's where row 6 and row 7 come in.